Hey guys, it's sorry the video is so fuzzy. It's a little bit late here. It's kind of dark. My main source of light is usually my window, which is why my face glows so much. This is kind of an old school apartment, so the bedrooms don't really have any lights. They just have switches hooked up to outlets. So that's what my lamp back there is hooked up to. And then I've got this little reading light, just a glorified desk lamp over here that's behind the computer, kind of on my face, so at least you can see me. I'm not just creeping at you out of the dark. It's like 11:30 or whatever. Anyway, it's a holiday up here in Canada, and because it's a holiday and because I was kind of curious, I took a break from the Soylent challenge and I actually just had solid food today. And I noticed some interesting things. I actually ate a lot less than I normally would, even with Soylent, where I'm getting the 1,600 to 2,000 calories. I had, I don't know, maybe 1,000, 1,200, because I just felt so full after I ate, and I felt full for a long time, which kind of makes sense when you think about it, because I know I mentioned earlier that with Soylent I wasn't necessarily feeling full and satisfied, but my body knew that it had what it needed. Like, I wasn't actually hungry. I just didn't feel that expanding stomach feeling that you get when you eat a big meal. And I guess obviously my stomach's probably shrinking, but it also seems like I'm also a little bit slower at processing the solid food just because of how long it took for me to get hungry again. I ate around noon, I think, is basically when I had breakfast, and then it was 10 o'clock at night, so 10 hours later that I had supper. So that was kind of interesting. So that was something I figured I'd share with you guys. Just that, it seems like my body's getting a lot more used to Soylent. And another thing I was curious about, because I think I mentioned this in the past, but while I've been eating Soylent, things have started to taste a little bit different. So, for example, the coffee I like to enjoy hasn't been as enjoyable because it doesn't taste quite the same. I don't really have the same want for it anymore. And even like water and stuff tastes a little bit different. And I guess a lot of that has to do with just having the after effects of Soylent, just having that lingering flavor in my tongue and throat. Because today I actually didn't notice it too much. I did a little bit. I could definitely tell it wasn't quite the same as it would normally be, but nothing really of note. And then after my first meal of the day, it was fine. I basically back to normal. So I'm kind of curious, once I finish all this, how long it would take for me to get completely back to normal as far as solid food goes. Just processing it and stuff, and how long it takes for me to get hungry in between meals. We'll see if that stays kind of extended for a while. I imagine it'll go back to normal right away, but just something to keep in mind. I guess that's about all I have to say. It's kind of an interesting twist in the experiment to break it and go against it right in the middle. I'm going to try some new recipes tomorrow for breakfast and probably supper, and I'll see how those go, because the Soylent with milk was fine, and when I made the video when I was first trying it, I thought it was a good idea because it tasted better, but it was really heavy and really rich, and I don't really recommend it. By the time I got to the bottom of the glass, I was done. I just did not want to do that anymore. And I haven't really tried anything else, just trying different temperatures of Soylent. So far, cold is definitely better. Bottles are definitely better than the powder. But I'm going to try the powder with some different things mixed in. I think the bottles are fine the way they are, and I don't really feel the need to try to mix up some spices or flavor or fruits or anything in there. It's already got a good consistency and flavor anyway. It's not, well, I can't necessarily say good, because there are things that are good and it's more not bad, but better not bad than Soylent is not bad. I don't find Soylent offensive, but I don't find it good. The bottles I find more satisfying, I guess. They're a little nicer, a little smoother, a little easier to take. So we'll see how these new recipes go, and I'll report back tomorrow.